I'm a flag-waving, patriotic nephew of my Uncle Sam, a rough-riding, fighting Yankee man. I love Mom and apple pie and the freedoms that we all
just let me know when you want to come on.
Across this beautiful land. I've worked hard and I'd fight hard for the old red, white, and blue. And I'll die a whole lot harder if it comes to where I have to. I'm a flag-waving patriot. You're my Uncle Sam, a fighting Yankee man. When I think of all the great men that have died for what is right and wrong, and when I see Old Glory burning, my blood begins to churning, and I could do some fighting of my own. I don't believe in violence, I'm a God-fearing man, but I'd stand up for my country just as long as I could stand, 'cause I'm a flag-waving, patriotic nephew of my Uncle Sam, a rough-riding, fighting Yankee man.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the American Adversaries Sunday evening 3-hour classic tour. Tonight, a special edition as we pay tribute to our veterans. Of course, Wednesday is Veterans Day, November the 11th, so I hope that you will be remembering all of our veterans in a very special way that day. Of course, I hope you remember them all every day, and many of you are veterans, and we salute you. Our hats off to you, and we are so very, very proud of you, and we are so very, very, very thankful for you. And thank you for listening, folks. That's right, you got us here. We're live until 8 o'clock tonight. And don't forget, that's just the beginning of 6 hours of great live radio here every Sunday evening, because when we go out, the Arms Room Radio comes in, and Mark Walters will take you live until 11 o'clock. In the meantime, we are coming to you from the Mercury Free Broadcasting Studio, and please do not forget, for the very best in mercury-free dental care, health-centered dentistry, and general dentistry, call my dentist, Dr. James E. Hardy, at 407-678-3399, and he will fix up them choppers like never before. And don't forget to ask him about his great book, Mercury Free. I'll be in the chair this week, getting my pearlies polished up and getting ready for the upcoming GOP Summit, which
around the corner.
That's right, which we will be talking about a little bit tonight, but it is next weekend, and we will be there. In the meantime, we are here. You are there. You can be a part of what we are doing here by simply picking up that phone and giving us a call at 407-774-8255, and do not keep it very far away because we will be doing our traditional Who Said That contest tonight. Jeff Sinnis is on the bridge. I am Christopher Hart, and that other voice you heard was, of course, General Lucas Paris himself, who has the scope up and running. Tell him about it there, General.
Go to youtube.com, type in Adversaries TV, one word, and you will find our channel. Click on it. Newest videos are at the top, older ones in descending order. Come to Periscope Depth with El General and the excellence of elocution, Christopher Hart.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, as I said, it's going to be a special Veterans Day edition of the American Adversaries, as I kind of like to do on these type of occasions. We'll be using the words of others because I find my words and my vocabulary inadequate to really pay the proper respect, if you will, to our veterans. So we'll be using the words tonight of Boone Cutler out of his book, Voodoo in Solder City. We'll also be using the words of Chris Kyle, who, of course, was the American Sniper, out of his book, American Sniper. And we'll also be using the words of our very own Colonel Danny McKnight, out of his book, Streets of Mogadishu. And I tried to pick words where they, in particular, address veterans and veterans in a way that I couldn't. So we'll be doing that tonight. And once again, if you have thoughts, we certainly want to hear them on Veterans Day or any topic that we be discussing tonight. And Sunny, our California gorgeous lady of wrestling, will be with us tonight. And she's, of course, has some special thoughts on Veterans Day. I believe her father was a veteran. And we have Ronald Reagan Veterans Day speech from November 11th, 1988. So we'll be doing that at the bottom of this hour. Carl can't join us today, and I figured, well, I know somebody who can fill in for Carl, fill those big shoes of his.
Oh, Lord.
And, of course, that'd be the old Gipper himself. So we got a big one lined up for you tonight. Real quickly, though, the candidates all will be in town Friday or Saturday. I forget who all is going to be here Friday, but it's going to be Rubio, Cruz, Bush, Trump, and Carson, and I believe, and Huckabee, I think. And the rest of the candidates will be here Saturday. They're going to be at the Rosen Shingle Creek down there kind of by the Beeline Expressway. And yes, I still call it the Beeline. I'm never going to call it the Beach Line. All right, anyway, the event is open to the public, but you do have to buy tickets. There are no free tickets to this thing. And they aren't cheap, but they are available. And you can get them at am660theanswer.com, am660theanswer.com. You click on there, and you can get some tickets. And evidently they have various price tickets. And since I couldn't even begin to afford one, I won't even check what they are. Actually, I think they start about $200 and go up from there. So each. And that's for, I believe, one day. But you can go once again to am660theanswer.com to find out exactly. We'll be there on Radio Row. We'll be doing the American Adversaries Drive Time Primetime Show live from the summit Friday evening. And, of course, we're working very hard to try to line up interviews with all of the candidates. We're reaching out to all of the candidates. And we shall see who is up to taking on the American Adversaries, so to speak. But it should be very interesting nonetheless, and we'll be right there to hear what the candidates say, see what the reaction to them is, and we will report that to you as efficiently and accurately as possible. All right. Before we really get rolling along here, did you see Trump bust a move last night? I think that's going to be the moment that is most remembered from his second time hosting Saturday Night Live. In case you didn't see it, did you see it, Lucas?
No, I missed it, sadly, but I heard about it. So.
Well, I tell you, the reviews are mixed, but I must say it's not so much Trump, but the script writers for these skits on Saturday Night Live, since the early days, I just thought they really lost their edge a long time ago. They try, I don't know, they try too hard to be, I don't know. But the opening monologue with Trump was good. They had Larry David there off the side of the stage who well, I'm getting a call from Pasquale. I better take this. Just indulge me here for just a moment, folks. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hey, Pasquale, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I'm on the radio. Talk to the folks.
Oh, you on the radio already?
Yes, I am.
I was trying to bring you a pizza.
Well, don't let that stop you. Bake that thing up and bring it on down here.
Okay, I was asking if you're ready there or not.
We're here and we're hungry.
We'd love to have you and the pizza.
They want the guys to say you're serving every Sunday, and otherwise you lose some weight. So I got to bring you some pizza.
That's right. You can bring it on down here. We'll eat it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Pasquale. All right. We'll see you in a few. All right. Thank God for small miracles, huh, Lucas? All right. Pasquale Barba, of course, is a sponsor of our show. And 1 week from tomorrow, we will be doing a pizza eating contest at his restaurant. We can talk about that with him a little bit tonight when he gets here. And, of course, you are all invited, and you're all invited to come on down, and we will get we'll have a whole lot. Sorry, I'm just reading a couple of things here at the same time. In the words of it's amore, that's amore. And that's from our very own Jeff. Jeff, I like
actually, it's some words of Enzo Amore. How you doing?
I meant, but the note was from you. But yeah, definitely. But what was I talking about before that?
Oh, God, I lost my train of thought on that whole thing, too. Oh, no, you're talking about...
Trump busting the move on Saturday Night Live last night and saying, you know, the skit writers, if it wasn't funny, don't blame Trump. It was the skit writers. But Trump's opening monologue was pretty cool. Larry David was off the side. And in case you don't know, prior to the event last night, one of these Latino organizations put out a $5,000 bounty, if you will, that if someone in the studio audience would, during the live, which is a live broadcast, not remote, but a live broadcast. Now, I assume they have a delay, you know, in case something, you know, is said that shouldn't be said, they can scrub it out. But evidently, they had a $5,000 bounty if someone would yell out, "Trump is a racist," during the broadcast. Well, lo and behold, as Trump's doing his opening monologue, and he's got two Trump impersonators with him, one from the past and the guy that's doing it now. And he was talking about how he's so much better and good looking than they are, and all of a sudden you hear this, "Trump is a racist." And he goes, "What the hell? Who is that?" And he looks over to his right and he goes, "Oh, it's Larry David." And, of course, Larry David, the creator of Seinfeld, the one who is just an identical twin to Bernie Sanders when they dress him up and use him in that means, in that method. But so he said, "Why'd you say that?" And he said, "Because somebody said they'd pay me $5,000 to do it." So evidently the organization has now said they're going to give Larry David the $5,000, and he can give it to charity or whatever, which is cool. That's fine.
It'd be funny if he donated it to Trump.
Give it to his campaign. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Talk about poetic justice, man. But he is. Nonetheless, and Larry David's a big liberal. I mean, he's the. And if you caught the end of Saturday Night Live, when the cast all comes out onto the stage to say basically goodnight and wave goodbye to everybody, and they close out the show, as soon as they went off mic, Larry David was standing next to Trump. As soon as he could, Larry David kind of got away from Trump. It was interesting to see him kind of peel off as quick as possible as the rest of the cast, and we're all kind of coming around saying, you know, congratulations and patting each other on the back and whatever. But the moment that will be remembered is Trump dancing to... Now, I had never heard... I'm not up on hip-hop, but evidently there's a hip-hop guy out there named Drake.
Yeah.
You're familiar with Drake?
Not super familiar. It's
but
not
there
the
is a guy
genre
named,
I listen to. Yeah, but
right.
There's a guy called Drake. Yeah.
Right. And by the way, what is it with? Who is the female artist? Siri or something like that? She comes out and she's like wearing a mop on her face, down to her nose. You could only see her lips as she sang. It was this. I mean, it was a weird kind of wig, but it looked more like a mop. And half of it
on her head.
Half was black, half was white, and she had this, and I don't know what this was supposed to be, but some woman doing some sort of choreographed weird, I suppose they call it dance. I would call it just spasms.
It was interpretive, Chris.
I mean, the woman can sing, but man, the show to go along with it, they need to work on that. We'll be right back.